Good evening, and welcome. Very first rewatch. And I said I could try my hand at a rewatch, so I thought I would, because I have some time. Got home from work early today because the daughter is sick. Sleep. So, anyways, Team 1, which consists of me, Ugly Junior, the ugliest. I went as the Lithuanians, still haven't gotten that win yet. Let's see, let's turn this off. We have Taylor as the Hindustanis. We have Barzi as the token Spanish. And Jake as the Rootin' Tootins, as Tanner likes to say. We have Tanner as the Slavs, his new found favorite Civ. Nice little team bonus, extra pop for military buildings. Have Joel as their token Spanish. We have Travis as the Chinese. Oh, actually, fast forward this a little. Have to fast forward that. Anyways, Travis is the Chinese. Very interesting pick. After winning with the Chinese, I don't think I will ever use the Chinese again. I think I got carried on that win that I did have. And then Larry as the Turks. Very annoying, long-ranged Turks, as I will come to find out later. Let's see. The map. We have a very long open space right here, which, again, is annoying because I try, emphasis on try to cut in right here. So much effort, was unsuccessful, all for basically nothing, because this was really not important. All the important stuff was over here, so I very well could have just cut right here and be like, okay, awesome. But I happened to cut right where Larry puts castles and military buildings, and it was a whole fiasco. Let's see, we're gonna have another cut about right here. This is where you're gonna see a lot of Taylor, a lot of Travis. Taylor's gonna basically 1v2 them there. Very impressive. Don't know why he's a 6 and I'm a 7 when he was fighting two guys. We have Barzi and Tanner are gonna have a go at it right here. Rock, paper, scissors that all the time. We're gonna have another cut here by Jake. He does very well. I end up having two cuts over here, because like I said, the first one was very unsuccessful. And so I end up having to cut further down. Let's see, we're at 25 minutes. Let's look at villager count. Wow, Taylor at 88. Just leading the pack. 93. Again, I don't know why he's not a 7. He's a monster. Let's see. We have Jake starting to build very defensively over here. Although we got Larry, again, with over 100 bills. I'd like to point out that the 7s in this game have the lowest, some of the lowest villager counts. Not yet, now I just reached 100, but very interesting. Let's see. What do people usually look at? What does this show? Oh, population. Taylor building all of his houses early. I used to get housed. Yeah, Taylor and Larry, just so many villagers. Cooking. Oh, interesting to point out is I'm building walls here. This basically gets complete. I think there's a little section here that takes a little bit to finish up, but not very long after treaty drop is that completed. However, on this side, a lot of this is still not covered by treaty drop. This gets covered, this gets covered, this gets covered, and all of this, basically from here all the way to like right here, is still open at treaty drop. Very interesting. If someone were to cut like right here, just like free entrance right to the trade, just bam. But alas, no one cut right there. So we have our trade from this corner to this corner. This was so bad. I should have not built markets like this because they were all trying to go to this market and everyone kept getting clogged and we all ran out of gold so quick at such pivotal times. My fault, guys. Barzi is kind of making his little Fortress of Solitude. Let's see, they have a trade from this corner, not so much this corner. Wish they would have gone over here, but alas. Let's see, treaty drop is over in less than 50 seconds, and again, we have just this little section. All of this is still open. I was like, oh no. Larry has got a little section, but he's finishing that up right now. Right, let's slow it down a little bit because then things are going to start happening. Travis is going to cut first right here. Nothing really starts happening until then anyway. Let's see. Taylor, a bunch of military buildings. Barzi. Travis starting to cut a little bit. I had a really slow start. I barely just cut to the edge to wall there. And I got to bring more guys because I didn't cut enough. Taylor, monster, he's got military buildings everywhere, ready to respond to anything. Here we go, Travis. So Travis cuts. And this just becomes a really big stalemate for a long time. Let's see, let's slow this down now that he's cutting. And Taylor responds. Just a lot of scorpions, a lot of cannons. Let's go. Good job, Taylor. I'm still not ready yet. I finally got that walled off, but I'm getting slow. I'd like to point out that if I would have cut at treaty drop like I usually do, there was only two of these guys. I would not have had a problem. Fortunately, I was late. By the time I cut through, Larry had like 30 of them. Well, maybe not 30 because I'm already starting to cut. But he had enough that it was annoying. I'm surprised they didn't move forward with all of this, but that ends up just being a stalemate. Barzi and Tanner cutting here ends up being a stalemate. Watch this. Boom! Hey, I'm through. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And then barely, Larry just barely builds just to not let my guys through. And so they would just keep backing up and going forward. They get bottlenecked. Bombard cannons have a heyday. And I'm like, oh no. There goes the element of surprise. And that, exactly what just happened there, basically happens for the next like 15 minutes. Very annoying. Going back to the middle, all these troops, send them forward. Yeah, so this ends up becoming a big stalemate, big hold by Taylor. Very impressive. Taylor ends up becoming king of trash later. Lots of skirms, lots of house. But he does send a bit of camels. Travis gets some camels a little bit through the hole. It does not last very long. Tanner sending siege. Haven't seen a bunch of boyars yet. Jake starts his cut over here. Once again, I start like, okay, we're gonna cut around enough of this crap over here, and it doesn't work. We get a few cuts in, and then he kills me. And I'm just gonna keep trying that. But here to Jake. Keep sending onagers, which is a good match for all these hand cannoneers, but Joel loves these bombard cannons as well. Tanner's like, you shall not pass. All the walls. Once again, stalemated. I am still working at it. I'm like so close. I'm like one shot right there, and we're through. Oh, this right here. Taylor knock this hole in. He's like, go, 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 go. And all my guys want to go through. And for the longest time, we were like, why aren't they going through? What's going on? Didn't realize there's a little tree right here that was very hard to see, which was blocking me from going. And so he plugs it up. Like, no, I was so close. Once again, I just could not get through. Anywhere where I was getting close, he would wall off before I could get there. And then Taylor helps me to finally punch a hole in here, which is very short-lived. Because, again, it just gets bottlenecked and can't really get through. I got a couple guys through. I should have sent them to these cannons, but again, all these bombard towers, just area of death. He walls it off, and that's about as far as I get. That's all that happens. And then I end up just giving up, because look at this. More bombard towers. Just, oh, you freaking monster, Larry. Going back to the middle, lots of Janissaries, lots of Scorpions. These are all my paladins that couldn't find a way around, so they came all the way over here. Lots of skirmishers. Over here. Again, all this fight is just staying right here for the most part. Tanner finally sending some boyars. Travis all his camels. Check on Jake. Jake forward building his bombard towers like a pro. Joel trying his darndest with halbs and hand cannoneers. Jake is just slinging all these onagers. Oh, this is me. I finally cut around. I was like, screw this. Circle of death. And we're gonna cut south. Luckily, Taylor did not notice in time. I finally got through. Death to the bombard cannons. Fortunately, anything that got over here just died so quick. I end up just leaving this alone later. So I get in, try to castle drop. I was being weird and for some reason thought that we could keep cutting further, but yeah, it was weird. So I ended up walling this, trying to prevent more reinforcements from coming, and I would just keep cutting, but there was nothing to cut to, so it's kind of a wasted wall. There we go. But oh well, I started it, so I was going to finish it. This honestly took way too long. I wasted way too much time in this corner. I should have just sent guys through, or better yet, just started a cut right here. Travis is trying his darndest to reinforce Larry over there. Larry's got his own battle over here, so it's not like I was 1v1ing Larry. Check over here. Barzi is advancing a little bit. He's got some 4 trebuchets taking out buildings. Got Jake. Jake is advancing with siege, taking out Tanner's buildings. Tanner's trying his best. He's like, you shall not pass. Doubling down on the walls. You got Larry over here as well.
Emret?
I will support you all. Kind of advancing over there. There they go. Barzi does not have siege onagers, but that does not matter. Like, this is what I need. He built it. Travis trying his darndest to take out some buildings with his camels. Taylor, king of trash. Lots of skirms, lots of halbs. Against scorpions. Which are not doing all that bad, actually. Very interesting. I guess scorpions are all pierce damage, so I don't know. Okay, so I start going in. Taylor's helping me, trying to forward build some castles. Larry took out my other one with all his cannons. I punch a hole. I'm like, let's go, let's go, let's go. And I send all those guys straight. Well, there we go. I send them almost. What are they doing? I send them straight to the back. What I was wasting time with. What did I do? Oh, that wasn't the group I sent to the back. I just was exploring at that point. So those guys died really quick. Jake is getting kind of stalemated, but he's holding. A 1v1 versus him and Joel. Let's see. Tanner rebuilding forward. Asking those boyars. Let's see over here. Not much happening. Got a little bit. This is where a big fight is. I got a couple castles, got a tower. Travis is really trying to respond to help Larry. Taylor's backing me up, trying to take out some of his buildings. I eventually run out of gold, and this is partially the reason why. This right here. Like, oh no, I'm running out of gold. But I noticed that really, really late. I don't know when I actually noticed that. Let's see. Joel is advancing again. Taylor's over here. Taylor, ultimate teammate. Yes, he's got some buildings over here. Yep. To support Jake. Barzy and Tanner still going at it. The whole time. I haven't really moved. This is basically non-existent. We kind of left this because everyone's focusing over here. I finally get in some bombard cannons. I finally realize, oh hey, I have no gold. I need to build some trash, so I'm trying to build some forward barracks. Oh, at some point I took out that siege workshop, but again left all those towers alone. Just massive bloodbath over here. Travis with all of his camels. Luckily, Taylor had a lot of skirms. Larry trying his darndest to just hole in. Lots of castles. All of his long-range bombard cannons. Really hard to keep any sort of buildings up over here. I have to just send all this trash until I can get some more gold. Oh, right here. This is when. See, did I delete them yet? I know they're pinging it. I think I just cleared all my carts. They just keep getting trapped, so definitely future. Don't build markets so close to each other. Let's see. Here, Jake's starting to get rolling a little bit, kind of. Barzy and Tanner are still going at it, trying their darndest. Travis is advancing over here a little bit. I actually punched a hole here at some point. Did I get back here yet? At some point I got some guys back there. Yeah, so I'm just slinging trash. It's like, come on, let's get some gold. Yeah, trying my darndest, just have halves do the work until I can get some gold. Yep, at this point, start deleting markets to clear up all that. Didn't quite get back there. Travis has got a couple troops trying to explore, seeing if there's an easy way in. Travis has gotten through. He's doing a little bit of work there. This becomes an interesting place because we don't realize that we left this unattended at some point, because over here, too focused, just barely holding out. I wouldn't say barely, but I'm just not doing anything. I'm just trying to hold here. keeping this hole open until I can get some paladins. Travis is responding by... Is he sending troops from behind, or where are all these camels going? I have no idea. Just... Is he setting his waypoint? I have no idea. Okay. Taylor's everywhere trying to help. Barzi is advancing on Tanner. Let's see, I get some towers. Let's see, I took out some castles earlier. Travis is trying to help respond. This is not going exactly well. Barzi is hard pushing, so that's going to take some flack. Joel and Jake are still kind of going at it. Looks like Joel got some shots at Jake's castle there. But Jake has taken out some of Joel's bombard towers. Slowly but surely. Oh, there goes a castle. Alright, Joel is pushing. But here comes Taylor, like the ultimate teammate he is. He goes. Barzi kind of goes forward. Tanner's trying his best to hold him back. This we saw way too late. Oh my word. Totally catches us by surprise. Here we go, starting to get rolling. I finally get gold to get some siege. I'm starting to build some paladins again. To deal with all these janissaries. Because they were just eating all my house. Let's see, yeah, here we go. Travis, he's just punching up this middle. Still don't get guys back there yet. Got a massive paladins. This right here, we keep punching a hole. Larry keeps plugging it up. Travis is like, alright, here we go. And I finally massed some paladins. Alright, yeah, we'll see how this goes. So Travis just walks up, like literally walks up uncontested with an army of siege ramps and camels and scorpions. But man, so many siege ramps, and we're like, we're in trouble, we're in deep, deep trouble. And so we're like, hey, someone respond to that. Hey guys, go, go, go. Just hold. I just got all my paladins in. I'm gonna hit their trade. Someone needs to respond to this because he's just going at it. But again, we noticed it so late. Barzi has to pivot, but there's just so many of them. It takes so long. All of Taylor's military buildings are just gone, but luckily it's got more all over the map, like the boss that he is. Definitely helped out. Here we go. I get all these paladins in and I just park them right here, and they stay there for a very long time. Travis sends a few camels, but yeah, I end up taking out a lot of that trade. This turns into quite the battle here. We basically just hold this open so that I can keep sending troops through. Barzi has cleared out Travis, so luckily that could have turned out way worse than it did. Joel is doing well. Oh, he cut a hole in the wall. Okay, so Joel is in, kind of. Jake is doing his best to hold him out. Actually, I guess he's not in because Jake has all of this wall, so good job, Jake. Right here, I know Barzi had to pivot, so just giving Tanner a little bit of time to regroup. Let's see, not much is happening here in the middle. Back here. Oh, I got in. Missed that. So we finally get in, and Taylor's like, hey, there's a group of houses here. We don't usually do this. Let's try and house Larry. See how that works. Ends up working pretty well. All my paladins got taken out, but I think I did a good number on that trade. Taylor building siege elephants. Very interesting. I haven't seen too many of those, but they were effective. Lots of cannons, just basically just taking out Larry little by little. I think he surrenders shortly after this, because then I start getting into Travis. Joel's starting to do a little bit of work. Barzy is getting ready to do some work. Nothing's happening in this hole. Taylor's advancing. We're slowly. Me and Taylor are just slowly taking out bases, taking out town centers. There's, yeah, Larry's down to 115 pop, so those houses actually did do a number. Larry is basically wiped out. Working on Travis. Oh, well, Tanner and Travis came. It's too late. GG. Good teams, good teammates. Let's map. No, we're gonna turn the map to see what happened to everybody. So this was stalemated basically all game, except for that one time Travis got in. Barzy and Tanner just rock paper scissors all day. Barzy was getting ready to, from what he was saying, to go in, but his tree line almost got. Oh, is that what he was talking about? Oh, he had pocketed trebuchets. That's what he was saying. He was getting ready. Jake, this was more or less stalemated. They kind of pushed on each other, but not too much. Taylor was helping everybody anywhere they needed. Good stats. I had a high military score. Joel with the economy and technology. Tanner with society. I know what that means. Tanner, most units killed. And Jake least units killed. Actually pretty good ratio right there. I had the highest buildings raised with 88. Joel had the least buildings lost and the biggest army. He said that he had some villagers die and then all of a sudden his army was huge. Joel again with that food score. Jake with the wood. Massive amount of wood compared to everybody else. Barzy with the stone. Tanner, the sultan that he is, always the highest gold. And trade profit. I did not send any tribute this game, but I did get a little bit from Jake. Tanner sent 33,000. That's insane. Yeah, Travis also sent 34,000. Received all this. Okay, so Joel received a lot of it. Barzy received a good bit too. I had the quickest castle time. Travis with the quickest imperial. And let's see, total castles. Tanner with 10. Easy. I had the most relics, which is understandable with the Lithuanians. Villager high. Barzy ended up having 250. Tanner wasn't very far behind. Yeah. There we go. Good game, guys. It's fun.